Hi everyone. When I was at the gym a few nights ago, I got talking to a woman that I know. Her spouse's mobility is declining, and I was telling her the systems that are available in Canada that will bring help, as well as the key tips when you first start using a wheelchair and as you begin to work out what life looks like when you're dealing with a long-term physical disability. What I want to share with you today is that I know it's a big unknown. There's a lot of change that comes when you first start using a wheelchair and you first start thinking through how you're going to live your life and what day-to-day life will be like. I want to assure you that after you make the first few decisions, life will get a whole lot easier, and some more decisions that will have to be made are going to get a whole lot easier after you've got started and you've started setting things in motion for managing the mobility needs of your spouse, your partner, or even for yourself. I know it starts off as a big unknown. If you're really struggling, an occupational therapist could come out to your home and within about a 2-hour appointment could give you a game plan for managing the bare essentials of life. I'm talking about personal hygiene, meal preparation, getting dressed, and the basic set of challenges that come with day-to-day life. An occupational therapist could easily get you focused on what you need to know and what is specific to you. When I was going through this, I broke it down into manageable pieces. And that's really what I was encouraging this woman to do with her husband. So I'm talking about things like focusing on the bathroom and then breaking this down even further into what's needed for the shower tub, what's needed for the sink, and how can the toilet be modified to make life easier for bladder and bowel movements. And then once you've started thinking through this, more of the changes for around the bedroom area, that is the placement of clothing, what bed is needed if you should be having a different one, and how to get dressed, just seem to fall into place. I realize that for many people, money's tight, and it's not always practical to have money to hire an occupational therapist. An alternative option in helping get you started would be to go to a home health care store and talk to the sales staff. Now, I do want to remind you that their advice is not coming from a healthcare perspective. However, if you're honest and the employee is keen, they could show you what's available, and then you could figure out if this is for me or not. I've had all kinds of people want to help me in my life, but not exactly know what's appropriate or what they could be doing. So the advice I gave to them was making a list and showing what would be of help to me, as well as the practical issue of rearranging the household furniture to match the special set of mobility needs I have. Really, why I'm making this video is just to assure you that after you've made the first decision in working out the special set of needs, the rest will follow and it will get a lot easier for you. I want to encourage you not to give up. I realize it's a lot of change, and it's change that's going to affect you in your day-to-day life, but it is manageable. And I encourage you that another area for support would be to join Facebook groups or similar groups that you could bounce ideas off one another for people who are a little bit further ahead of you in this journey, and you could glean from their experience. The other crucial item that I think is helpful in sharing with you, some people's mobility degenerates gradually, opposed to those who have met with an accident that's life-changing. If it's at all possible, I encourage you to plan ahead, and doing so will make the transition a whole lot easier. A few items that you could plan ahead about are changing the toilet so that the seat height is higher than normal. Another idea would be to do with adding grab bars to the house. Around the bathroom, it may be practical to put one by your bed to help you with the transfer in the morning. When you're first getting up, you could use it to put your weight on you. And then the other biggie would be to get wider door frames, like 36-inch doors, so that it'll be easier to get through and into the rooms in the home if a wheelchair is going to become essential. There's lots of help out there. Part of it's on you to ask questions. If you're having problems with a particular item, you may not know what the solution is, but that's where the concept of using a Facebook group, I'm dealing with this, perhaps how to get dressed, how is it easier to put on my pajamas or my underwear? And someone would respond with the idea perhaps of a reach or grabber, or there's a few options available, but it's things like this that if you're having problems, being part of a group that you can ask questions to will help you, as well as the emotional support when a day is particularly tough or if you're feeling discouraged. I only want to encourage you to persevere, and it will get easier after you make the first few decisions. Thanks for this time today. Bye for now.